on, everybody? Eric Rich down here from Eric Fitness Systems and Underwear Model Abs. Today we're talking how to build a bigger butt. I'm here with my girl Jay-Z, and we're going to take you through a 5-part series on how to build your glutes. So anyways, it used to be all about the boobies, now it's about the booty, okay? My dad used to read Playboy for the articles. Now we're in a Sir Mix-a-Lot type culture where it's all about the butt. So I wanted to give you guys some really practical, good, functional information on how to build your glutes, but also burn fat at the same time. Because there's a lot of terrible information out there that really doesn't work. It's very gimmicky. You know, a lot of stuff in the Brazilian butt lift and all is like, hey, let's do fire hydrants and let's do leg lifts all day long. You look like you're preparing for a porn shoot, okay? That's not what you need to be focusing on in order to really build your glutes. So the first part we're going to talk about today is having proper ankle mobility and proper hip flexor mobility, okay? When you have these two things, you can activate your glutes in a way that you cannot if you don't have it. So I'm going to throw you a couple things here with Jay-Z. The first one is just a very simple calf stretch. So what you're going to do is set yourself up on a wall or a bench or anything of the sort, and you're simply going to stretch your calf out. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this before. You need to take about 20 to 30 seconds while you sit into this stretch, okay? Inhale really deeply, exhale, and as you exhale, you want to fall deeper into the stretch, okay? Little variations of this, you can either turn internally or externally with your foot, and again, 20 to 30 seconds while breathing, doing it to make sure you're hitting the lateral medial parts of the calf. And then what you need to do is go into a hip flexor stretch, which he's going to show you right now. So what you're looking to do here is essentially get your hamstring to cover your calf. Stretch the hip flexor back here. Keep your chest upright while keeping an equal distribution of weight between the heel and your toe. Now, if you want to take this to the next level and stretch a little bit more of the hip flexor and also your QL and your external obliques and everything out here, you can kind of go over the top and kind of stretch your arm over the top that way. Okay, again, 20 to 30 seconds every time you exhale, fall deeper into the stretch. You really want to press where your hamstring is touching your calf. I know that it's commonly taught that your knee shouldn't go over your toe, but that's not true, especially when it comes to glute development and engagement. So that is what you want to be doing. Now, a very simple test that you can use to see if you have proper range of motion in your calf is simply to, excuse me, young lady, is simply to say there's a wall right here. You want to put your toe about 3.5 to 4.5 inches away from the wall, and then see if you can actually touch your knee to the wall with your toe that far away without your heel lifting up in the front. Okay, so that should be your goal, about 3.5 to 4.5 inches from the wall. Now, again, this is part one. Once you start to gain range of motion in these movements, we're going to take you into a movement that you need to perfect to make sure that you're getting the maximum glute engagement possible. So make sure that you check out the next video to see what that movement is, and then we will be onwards and upwards to having a Sir Mix-a-Lot approved type booty. So I'll see you guys in the next video.